It's happening. Shit's getting real. This is Sophia Musto, and I am so excited to have you here to share my stories with you because life is full of flavor. The purpose of the Zensetter podcast is storytelling, and I want to hear your story, and thank you for listening to mine. You're going to meet so many amazing friends along the way, so thanks for being here. Namaste and hairspray. Well, welcome back to Zensetter. I'm so excited today to have you here to be in my safe place of storytelling. That's the best part of Zensetter. You know, we're here to tell our stories, to share positivity, to show you with struggle, the good can come out of it. You don't have to stay that victim in your life. You can be that victor if you just flip the script. And today I'm so excited to introduce you to my friend Jessy Lee. Talk about flipping the script. Jessy is just one of those people that lights you up. No matter what, she sees the good and she just wants to ride that high vibration with you and keep sailing onto higher vibes and spreading positivity and sunshine and saving the world at the same time. So let me introduce you to Jessy. And welcome to the Zensetter podcast, my friend. I cannot wait to introduce you to the audience and listeners because you are one of my most favorite people that came out of 2020. Who said 2020 sucks when you got all these new internet friends, right?
Best year ever, I'm saying. Yeah.
Yes, it's like the year of the restart. So everything. Refresh, center. I mean, I met you. We found our love of Whitney Cummings together. So let's get right in and introduce you to the audience. So this is my friend Jessy Lee. I'm going to turn the mic over and let her introduce herself.
Hey, everyone. Hey, Zensetters. This is Jessy Lee. I am the CEO and founder of Statement Piece. Statement Piece is a sustainable wooden jewelry line that I launched about 4 years ago. So we are in the thick of it. And I'm all things sort of high vibrational mom boss. I mean, we're just in it. There's so many yummy similarities that I share with my friend Sophia. And it's going to be a fun 30 minutes to really get into it because it's going to get wild. It's the mindset we're going to both be like, pew, 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 and we're going to get into it. Can already tell.
So you started Statement Piece 4 years ago. When? What month?
So I launched on Peace Day. Peace Day is actually a thing. It's an international peace day. So I started Statement Peace, peace and love, or a bunch of hippies, elevated hippies over here, on Peace Day in September in 2017 in the summer.
That's amazing. I started my business in 2018 in March. So we are on the same circa of that.
Yeah. Well, I have no doubt that we're so divinely connected that we're just going to keep learning all these things. It's like same sis, same sis, same sis. I mean, we're that sounding board for each other, right?
Yes, I love that. So I thank you for teaching me about Peace Day. You told me about that before, but it's so cool that you started your business with that pillar of light and that statement of peace, because we need that. The world needs that. And you were so good about spreading that love and light. So what made Statement Piece create? How did that come about?
You know, it's interesting. My background is hospitality. I worked for luxury hotels, Ritz-Carlton being the main one. I met my husband there. We have a lot of, life and energy we invested into the place. And in 2014, my dad kind of had some medical stuff going on. So I took some time off and I've always been super creative, always very able to bring things to fruition super, super fast. And I fell in love with wood, basically. And so what I would do is my now husband, boyfriend at the time, for my birthday, bought me power tools. You know, I was never I don't need the bag, I don't need the stuff, but he got me power tools. And so I was like the Joanna Gaines in 2014. It was crazy. So I would take a Sawzall and I'd jump into dumpsters. I live in Naples, Florida. So you can imagine there's a lot of money, a lot of finer end furnishing stores. So I would go in their dumpster and I would reclaim after all the stuff that they would throw away. If it were damaged, I could breathe life into it. And that's what it was. It was about taking things that didn't mean anything to anyone and then juxtaposing them and breathing life into them. And then just putting something like my energy into it. fast forward a little bit, I'm pregnant, right? My doctor's like, Jessy, diving in dumpsters. I mean, babe, we're going to have to like scale it back down a little bit. So I was like, well, it makes sense. I'm loving this. And what I learned most, and we'll spiderweb back to your question. This is like the long answer, but what I learned most was, that I vibed at a higher frequency when I was creating. And that's something that I always kind of came back to. So it didn't matter what it was. So I needed to learn to make something instead of 12 hours for one piece. How can I make 12 pieces in 1 hour and really scale this business? Because what I was doing was not scalable. I've always been a pretty simple person. I've always been like thrifting my clothes and very minimalist in regards to like my appearance. It just is what it is. And I've always lived in that place of authenticity, always. And so, somehow I started this like hybrid where it was like the art that I used to do with the wood. And now I'm making things out of wood. And so I launched Statement Piece, and I started to really take the techniques of woodworking, the technology of the equipment that we had, and I like bred them together and created this like hybrid business, which was Statement Piece. And it ended up being jewelry and earrings. And every piece, as you know, my brand comes with a wooden display. So when you get a pair of earrings, I'm a firm believer that, anything coming from me is energy. And if I'm putting that into something, it should always be honored. It's my time. It's coming from me. So the display to the earrings is essentially the easel to the art. So Statement Piece was born from that, from acknowledging the high vibrational creation flow that I was in and really like taking it and playing with it. It morphed itself into itself, really, truly.
I'm so glad it did, because I fell in love with your pieces, and then I got to meet you and then get to sell your pieces. And I was like, this is speaking to my soul. I love it. I was drawn to your hearts because I was in the school program, and I was like, oh, I'm going to buy these for myself as like my gift to myself. And then I was like, oh, I'm a minimalist. So I didn't want to give myself a gift. So I was like, if I don't sell them by the end of the quarter, then they'll be my gift. And one of my clients was like, what are you waiting for? I'm buying them for you today. So it was like a win-win for me, because I was like, oh, this is like my dream. And I loved including everybody that got the first round of Zensetter got your wood with the affirmation statements. Now, do you personally press those statements onto each piece of?
So our Palo Santo, we dubbed it Mantra Santo, because we take positive mantras and we burn that mantra into each and every piece. So the real, and we're talking about organically, Palo Santo, and we have positive mantras burned into them. And I was using this anyway. I was using Palo Santo anyway. I love the way it smells. It's wood. It's all about like, when I go, everybody must light all the Palo Santo in the world, sort of thing. And so the positive mantras get burned into each and every one. And the idea is that, yes, it's a tool we have in our spiritual toolbox, but let's be more intentional, like in that minute while we're waiting for it to catch fire, right? Because it's not an instant thing. It's not like light a candle, walk away. It's like, I need to baby this. I need to spend attention. I need to focus my energy into this. And like, what can we do in the 3 to 5 seconds that's taking me to do this? Let's think of this mantra. Let's breathe this in. Let's like breathe life into the meaning of it. So it really was just like taking what's already an amazing thing and putting one more thing to it, adding one more thing so you can really like get it, feel the present moment, be in that present moment with yourself.
I love that. I didn't know much about Palo Santo until I met you, and then you introduced me to Mantra Santo. You gave me Jessy's so sweet. When you purchase from her, she has my soul. She gives you a little card and a free gift. I have your badass giving the middle finger on my key ring, and I think of you every day. And that's what I love about your brand. It does state of peace, but it also gives you like confidence, and it gives you that like power back, that you had that power to create change. And so what drew you to the Palo Santo wood? I found it in Mexico. I went to a ritualistic ceremony, and before we entered a cave, we had to do a whole ritual. So do you do rituals with the Palo Santo?
Yeah, the whole thing is like, as we're evolving and we're doing all this shadow work and we're really digging up the stuff and we're healing, and all I want to do is be better than I was yesterday. And so what we reach for are things like, where are our Reiki masters? Where are our sounding boards like yourself, where I can like come and like we can get real with it. And so we'll pull for anything, right? Like we're like, where's the selenite? Okay, that's going to make me feel like so much better. I'm going to put this here. And the Palo Santo did, though, you know, it just did. And it was something that like I was lighting it and I was like, the smell, everything about it. I mean, it like, it's just that it just, I don't know if it gets stored in like some subconscious file, right? And it's like every time you smell it, I just feel again anew. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I've always been drawn to it, and we do like every day. I let my kids walk around with it, and it is something that we're lighting every day. We're using in ceremony. We, you know, of course, there's rituals, self-love. You're getting in the bath, all this, but it's everywhere. It's in my car. It's in my car. People are acting wild on the road. I mean, we're lighting it and we're holding it out the window for all our homies, you know.
I'm stealing that. I'm adding that to my toolbox for sure, because the road rage is real. So instead of smoking a cig, I'm going to start smoking a Palo Santo.
You know, listen, there is a lot of negative energy left in parking lots and on the streets, and like the outside needs it too, because, you know, as much as we want to stay within our little bubble, and my studio is like my creative space and I love it, like we're still out in the world. So I bring it everywhere. I bring some for me, some for them, some for everyone. So cool.
I love how you have this like passion for wood. You and my husband, this is why I must be drawn to you. He's been a dumpster diver for buckets, but he has this thing for wood. I mean, he loves oak. That's why I was wondering if you had your piece, because Jessy not only like respects wood so much that like she dumpster dives for it and builds pieces. She creates beauty out of trash. I mean, who else does that in the world? That's like composite to a new level. But you also give back and donate and plant a tree from your purchases too. Like, tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah. So One Tree Planted they're basically an environmental charity, right? And so what I love about them is like, as you make your donations, you really get to choose where they do the planting. So from every piece that's purchased, we take a little bit, we give it to them. And then where do we need to go? If it needs to go in Florida, every time our donations are usually done at the end of the year, and it's always California really needs them the most. So all of our planting has been done in California. I think it's important as a company and as a business to have a place where you can like give back. And for me, that's what resonated, was like, okay, I'm going to take it, but I'm going to give it. I'm going to take it, I'm going to give it. And even though, you know, we're putting that in circulation, like it's sad to see the trees go. And but we are very mindful in where we're getting our stuff. We try to pair up with local woodworkers, and we use a lot of their scraps to like make our pieces. But yeah, I think it's important to give back, and the planting of the trees just really hit home for me, for sure.
Oh, no. So how many people are on your team at Statement Piece?
You know, it's crazy. So it's been 4 years. The year of the, you know, last year, we won't call it, but last year we grew about 4 times just in that year alone. And up until about 6 months ago, it was just me, and we make and manufacture everything. So it's wild. So now I'm including myself. We have a team of 5, and it's amazing. Now it's really stepping out of the role of creation, surrendering the control, allowing people to be better than you, to be open-minded, to be creative partners, and watching the other employees and the rest of the team thrive. And it's a beautiful thing to sit back, you know, when you're close to it, like we are, we don't really see what everyone else sees. We don't see that. We don't have that same vantage point. Right. So it's been amazing to watch what started out as a manifestation. It started out as just, you know, throwing darts in the dark, and here we are, and it's a blessing. It's crazy. It's really crazy.
It's amazing. When I see your pieces places, I'm like, I know her. I get so excited, because it's, to me, a small business. You have a true small business. And that's what I learned a lot in the last year. What truly is a small business, and then what is a micro business. And I feel that should be a little different, like under 10 employees, because you're killing it. You're giving back and you care about your employees. That's like true leadership, to build into your employees, to make them part of something instead of running a program and being programmed to something with a dead end. I love that you're doing that. And imagine the creators that are going to come from that. And and you're a mother on top of that. And you're showing mothers that they can run a business, be a boss ass bitch, have fun, and follow your passion. And you turned your passion into your purpose, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I would say, and it took me a lot to get to this point. And I am a consultant for a lot of people. And this is something that I truly divinely feel that I'm supposed to take what I have learned and make the road easy, not do it for you, not pave the way, but I will be your beacon of light and pull you out of the trenches because I've been there and I've done that. And there's so many people that Statement Piece has helped just from being able to like create and inspire. And like even the days that are your lowest, right? Somebody somewhere says something and you're like, that's why I'm doing this. But I do have that boss ass bitch mentality. I don't have a lot of mercy for people that make excuses for themselves. I mean, I have 2 small kids, I have a husband, and I didn't have employees. And if I wanted childcare, the money that was made from the business had to go to that. And that's where we were. And you sacrificed, but it's possible, and like what we're building today is to give us the life we want tomorrow, but it's also about enjoying the journey that you're on as well, like here and the now. This is the stuff that you learn, and it takes so long, some people a lifetime, Sophia, to learn and to get these lessons. And I feel like as we're learning them, it's my right and my code to like bestow this knowledge and experience and continue to ignite the fires within people to be like, go after your shit, dude. Like, go after your dreams. You know what I mean?
You're speaking to my soul. I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that because so many people are running by a program and living by something because they're so worried about disappointing. I mean, imagine if somebody said, Jessy, that's disgusting. Nobody's going to buy jewelry if you jump in a dumpster, and you listen to that. Statement Piece wouldn't be here. You and I wouldn't have this relationship. And I just feel like I have kids in school right now. And so you have 2 young kids. How old are your kids?
Yeah. So I have a 4-year-old and a 5-year-old.
And so I'm assuming you're going to send them to school.
Yeah. I didn't know which way we were going with that, but yeah, I think so. Mainly because the social thing is so important. My kids are social butterflies and they need that, and they need to understand boundaries. So yeah, we're going to go that route for sure.
Yeah. Like I grew up going to an all girls school and a private school. So I was like really programmed. And then you have the religion factor thrown into that, which gives you a whole new ball game of limiting beliefs. But then I put my kids in that and I'm like, no, like this isn't my belief system. This is their belief system. And then it was this hard divide of, well, that's not what we do at home. And I was like, okay, this isn't going to work. And then when I put them in the public school system, I even saw that as a different thing. Like, wait a minute, I'm going to talk to you about that. Like, you got to love yourself first. You don't love everybody else first. You love yourself first. So it's kind of like, but it's a program, and that's great because of the socialization and learning. But it's also like, we want them to be creators. We want them to be dreamers. I don't want them to grow up and think that they have to go to college. And because I felt bad about my life for a long time because I didn't go that way. Like, I can't run a business. I don't have a business degree. Well, I'm doing pretty damn well at running my business. Did you go to college for business?
No. Are you kidding me? I was 17 with 3 jobs. Like, I was in the work. I feel like I am cut from a different cloth. I'm definitely a league of my own for sure. But no, that I knew at a very young age that was not my path. And it dawned on me recently that a lot of my personality and my work ethic is a response to trauma. It's a trauma response for sure. Like my work ethic and my passion and this, that, and the other. But it's made me who I am. And I had the same sort of insecurities when, I didn't go to college. I don't know what college parties were like, but I was in the workforce and I was in the school of hard knocks and I was at the school of life. And that's what taught me. And that's what made me be able to have the tempo that I have. I mean, my tempo on a day-to-day is people don't get done in 3 weeks what I can do in a day. I'm like, slide out of my way, sis. Like, and that's what I want to bring to the table,
Yeah, I love that energy. But
yeah.
I call them LBs, not weight, like limiting beliefs. Like those limiting beliefs are what made me today. I'm like you. When I was in beauty school, I worked at a restaurant hosting so I could study. And then I worked at a beauty store to learn products and to get free products to take them to the beauty school. Like I have been born and raised a hustler per a trauma response as well. Yeah. But because I didn't listen to that inner Sophia, like I feel like you're so good at coaching. You're like, wait a minute, sis, like that is not coming from you. That's not your soul speaking. Yeah. Like feel like I wouldn't be who I am today without that struggle too. Like that really, I feel you on that big time.
Yeah, definitely. Another thing that I've like learned in this is really understanding like when I'm best, right? So it's like I know when I'm tired or even just in the evening, something happens and it's like I don't want to talk about my business. Everything seems very impossible. And then I had to like get real with myself and be like, okay, like that's an interesting narrative you just chose. Like 3 hours ago you were good. You woke up like you could take on the whole world. Like what just happened? And it's navigating that too. I mean, there's so much in business that you got to like navigate. I always hit the table. Sorry, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
There's always so much to navigate, like your own inner self and just like boundaries and family and self-love and business and employees. It's crazy, but so blessed are we. So
Yeah,
blessed.
you're doing the best with what you got, you know? And you're paving the way and you're following your passion. You're putting food on the table, and this is work. And this is what I just keep telling my kids. Whatever you do, you better have some love in it, because you're like doing it more than you're at home. And I love being with people. I like, you love creating. I love to be with people. I've learned that I love to like really get to the meat of people and meet them. Like 30 minutes isn't even enough for me. Like diving into this with you, like I want to know more. But I love to work with people. So what can you tell us is in the future for Statement Piece? Like, I feel like you have big things coming with that big heart and brain and mind.
You know, it's interesting. We're starting now. I guess if I could like sum up like what has been, right? So we've got this team that's building and now that's pulling me out of the operations, right? So it's like, yes, I'm overseeing this. I'm overseeing packaging. I'm overseeing creation. You know, I'm still have my hand in designing, but that's now leaving space for me to grow the business, right? So what are we going to do? What conversations are we having? Who are we calling? And now I'm back to the drawing board. The interesting thing is like, I cold called my first store. Hi, this is who I am. This is what I do. This is who I am. This is what I do. Did that all along the line. Now we're in over 1,000 stores. We're international. We're selling in France. I mean, it's crazy what's happened. But when I was making those calls, I know, when I was making those calls in the beginning, it was coming from a place of scarcity. It was that scarcity mindset. Like everybody has to know, they have to know, they have to know. And what really helped the brand grow was just sort of letting go. And they say, just like, let go. The universe is going to hold space for you. And it really, really is. So now I'm making bigger phone calls to investors. We're expanding the product line. We're moving into a lifestyle brand. I don't think we'll ever have retail stores. I don't know if that's my path, but you know, we want to see our stuff in movie productions. We want to see our jewels on cool people and just, you know, really ringing in the sustainability factor and trying to help a little more where we can. I see big things for Statement Piece, you know, and as the brand evolves, I evolve and vice versa. And the brand is growing with me. I am so connected to Statement Piece. It's crazy. Our identity 4 years ago has changed, and it's because I've changed. And as I elevate and align, it elevates and aligns. So it's just a matter of having those conversations with myself, relinquishing control, letting my team thrive, and every day just calling it all in. So I really have no idea what's going to happen with it, but I know it's going to be prosperity, it's going to be growth, and it'll evolve into, who knows, maybe even speaking platforms, you know, coaching. There's all kinds of stuff.
I know it.
Oh my God.
You are. And if Whitney Cummings is listening to this, we are coming to your show together one day. We're manifesting that.
Yeah, I'm like, we'll see you in November. That was a gift for my employees. Then that's how that started. We got us front row center tickets to go see her. So we're really jazzed. But her too. I mean, it's just living in your authentic self. That's what I'm drawn to. The people that are real, not the people that make it look real, the people that are real. And that's why I'm drawn to you. I mean, there's highs, there's lows, it's emotional, but it's from like with so much heart, and it's so authentic, and it's contagious, and it's lovely. And it's like, that's what you want to be pouring in your cup every day. So my circle has gotten smaller and smaller, but the people within it, my God, they're like the next generation leaders. It's crazy what's happening.
I know, because when you do start to heal and really see the fullest potential and even see the bad and the good and the good and the bad, it's hard to be around people that don't think and feel that way, because
Yeah.
some people
Oh,
stay stuck and stay hurt. They want to just see the negative side of things without being open. And
yeah. And they inadvertently shame you, you know, and they inadvertently like it. I don't know. They just are coming from a place where, and that's, I want to see people do the work and get out of that. And it's possible. It's possible. Everyone wants to
it
make excuses for this and that, but I mean, you have to get in and you have to heal yourself for your children, for your husband. I mean, if everybody just took a little bit of time and shed their ego and really just got in there and was like, all right, shadow work, like let's do the damn thing, you know. And that's what I want to see more of, is all of that. And people like you that are like, thank you for setting this platform up so we can like
thank
be
you.
not only entertained but like meet like-minded people. That's what it's about.
Well, it's funny because people say how funny I am and I don't realize it. And like my first podcast, everybody is texting me and messaging me over my quote: if people don't believe in you, tell them to fucking suck it. And I literally say that to my children.
Louder for the people in
Yeah,
the
I
back,
would.
bitch. Suck it.
Fucking suck it. Like, I'm putting it on a t-shirt, I've decided, because if you have that mentality, who cares?
Who
Who
gives
cares?
Who cares? Why?
Right.
It's 2021. Why are we still lying to each other? Why do we care? Why do we need your approval? Like, and that's the thing. It's like, we were talking about something one day and you're like, I don't know. It came around to like the perception of others. And I'm like, sis, God, really? People still care about that stuff? Like, there's so much freedom here. There's so much freedom where we play on this side of the play box. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, oh my God, we're empowering people.
Yeah. And I just want people to be their true, authentic selves. And for me, if you're not going to have a real conversation and it feels like it's an interview versus you getting deep and being vulnerable with me, it's kind of hard to hold space with you because I feel like it's one sided. Like, I am far from perfect. I've had a hard road to get where I am, but damn, I'm glad that I had that, because the universe believed that I could handle it more than somebody else. And I believe that you believe that way too.
You know, I was talking to someone, because I'm looking at the time now, but I was talking with someone earlier today, and it's like the only moment we have is now, is this moment, and how I choose. And you start to understand your value when you realize that it doesn't matter whether you make earrings or chopsticks, people are going to gravitate towards you because your vibration is what they want more of. So whether it's in a pair of earrings or it's in a pair of chopsticks, they're going to buy it. They're going to support you. They're going to do it because you're showing up. And that's what it is. I mean, like, now people, we don't want to waste our energy holding space and accommodating, right, for the other people to like be on our level. It's like, you either are or you're not. And if you are not and you want to be open-minded, let's have that conversation. Let's see how we can get you there. But yeah, the people that don't vibe, we're good. I'm good. We good.
I'm good. I have a sweatshirt that says I'm not for everyone. And I just put it on sometimes when I'm feeling that vibe, because, you know, narcissistic, I think we all have a little narcissistic that we think everybody thinks about us all the time or cares about us all the time, or we let that bother. But my friend Misty said that one time and I was like, that is so true. Like, no one gives a shit if you post or if you don't post, or if I say it's fucking bullshit. Like, if somebody cares that much, that says more about them than me.
And I'm a walking trigger warning. There are women that I have met that feel so triggered by me, and it's because they have shit that they need to heal, and it has nothing to do with how I showed up to the day, but everything to do with them on the other side perceiving that, receiving that, and how they showed up to the day. And that's why I don't care what people think. Like, buy the jewelry if you want, if you vibe with it. If you don't, you don't have to. If you want to have a conversation, let's, you know what I mean? But it's like, you can't live your life. I mean, you know, I've rapped about this, right?
I love it. I know. Do you want to end our thing with a rap? Because I love your rap.
No. But I have dropped some serious bars about living your life by the clicks of a like, and that you really do have potential, and that Who cares? Who cares whether they like you or not? Who cares?
It's not even accurate. It's truly not. And then the vanity, everything about it, like I could care less if you like my stuff or not. I'm putting it out there for me, my legacy, because if something happened to me tomorrow, I'm going to close my eyes and know that I left this earth as a good human and did my best to love and share light. And I surround myself with people that want to keep my light bright, not be a mosquito and draw to it and zap me and hurt me and just want to hold me back. I'm over that.
Always throwing logs on your fire, sis. Always
I
here to
love
make you
throwing log on your fire too. I am. I'm throwing sequins and glitter and gold along with
You're
it.
like, there's Sophia. It's like, yeah, I love that. I love that.
It's always. So, Jessy, where can our listeners find you?
Yeah, so www.statementpeace, P-E-A-C-E. We are a bunch of hippies, so just remember we are a piece of love. So it's statementpeace.com. Our Instagram handle is statement_peace. And we're around, you see us once, you're going to see us over and over again. We definitely have gained a lot of visibility in the past 4 years, but really just vibe with us. Find me on Instagram, go on the website, connect with us. I promise you will learn something about yourself. So,
oh, you definitely will. And yeah. Jessy, thank you for being such a good friend to me. You were one of the best things that came out of 2020 that I just am so thankful for. And we are going to go to Whitney Cummings one day together. I promise.
Absolutely. Yeah. 100%. I'm happy to have been here. Thank you for creating this platform. You rock, girl.
You're awesome. Gosh, you're the best. Oh, what an amazing conversation. I told you. And now I have to pull a card for you because we cannot let this vibe end. Every time I talk to Jessy, I told you she just lights me up. She just gets me inspired. She just makes me want to do better things in this world and plant trees. I bet you want to go out and buy jewelry now and think about where it's coming from and how many people, and no, Jessy's jewelry doesn't come out of the dumpster. That's where her vision came. And your vision can come from things because art is everywhere. And that's what this podcast is about. Showing you local artists and people all over the world that just want to spread their love, their story, and their business. So today, I do not have to prove myself to anyone. Isn't that an amazing message after just talking to Jessy? Like, I just love this. I do not have to prove myself to anyone. So today, maybe you needed this message and it really hit a spark in you. Because at the end of the day, sis, you need to be happy. So prove it to yourself. Take that with you. And thanks for being here. And I'll see you next week. Namaste and hairspray.